Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to a brand new video on the channel. I hope you guys do enjoy it. If you do want to see more, then smash that subscribe button. If you're on the channel, also drop a like on the video if you enjoy my content as well, because this one is big. You can tell by the thumbnail and title of this that this is my unlocked Premier League squad that I will be using in the club playoffs for Spurs, obviously representing the Coys Spurs, trying to represent them in this year's Premier League. So let's get into the squad. Right then, so this is going to be the most insane squad you are going to see on YouTube probably for this year's Premier League. So, do you know what? We're going to start with the bench. No, yeah. We'll start with the team. We'll start with the team first. We'll start with the team. So, in goal, and will be who I've practiced with this entire team, and who I've been practicing with for a while now, since I got this unlocked account, is going to be none other than Thunderstruck Van der Sar. I think he's absolutely incredible with the glove. He literally maxes out a lot of his his most important stats in my opinion, with his positioning, handling and diving. His kicking is not that great, and his acceleration isn't that great either, but he's still he's tall, he's 6'6", and he's absolutely incredible as well. So Van der Sar is in there. I have been using Peter Schmeichel recently on my main account, but I think Van der Sar takes the cake for me. Now, right back, I've been debating this a while now, for the last 24 hours, of who I want at right back. There's a couple of options, but I'm going to stick with who I've been sticking with throughout the Premier League tournament so far, and it's going to be none other than in form Trent Alexander-Arnold. I think he's a bit slow in this game, but I've stuck with them throughout this E-Prem, and I'm going to stick with them for that first game. It could change by the time this video goes out, and obviously by the vlog and stuff like that, and by the time I play, but Trent is our starting right back. There was a period of time where I was trying the new UEFA Champions League men's John Anarisa, the left back card at right back off Chem, but I think Trent on chemistry, when he's on full chemistry, just arrows it narrowly, kind of is a little bit better than Risa when it comes to that right back position. Two centre backs. Now, once again, it's going to be, I think, one name that I'm going to just put in now, because I think it's very, very obvious which one I'm going to go with. It's going to be obviously none other than Van Dijk. Just look at them stats. It's Van Dijk. You know what you're going to get, especially with some of these play styles as well. You just know for a fact you're going to get some absolute brilliant tackles in there as well. Now, the second centre-back, I was debating this. I was going to go Varane and have a partnership with Van Dijk-Varane, which is disgusting. But I've opted to go with this player, which is none other than the UEFA Heroes, men's Vincent Kompany. He's 6'3", 2-star, 3-star, doesn't really make much difference, but the stats says it all. I think he's better than Varane. I think he's a little bit better meta-wise as well, and he's got Anticipate Plus as well. A couple of really, really good play styles, especially one at the top level that a lot of pros keep an eye out for. So I think if you can, and you can afford him, because I don't know what actually how much he will be when he comes out on the Friday that I play, try and get this Vincent Kompany, because I think he's probably going to be one of the best centre backs on the game, Premier League wise anyway. So they are my two centre backs for today. Left back, I think it's very obvious considering it's E-Prem account, is going to be none other than Ashley Cole. In my opinion, probably one of the best left backs in Premier League history. Robertson has an argument there towards the latter end of the Premier League towards recent times, but I think Ashley Cole narrowly arrows it on, pushes it on for me on EFC. I think he's got a little bit more of a presence to him, a little bit more. And just look at them stats as well. He's got 3 stats that are yellow but orange. And other than that, he is absolutely incredible. So once again, it's going to be Ashley Cole. Now, midfield and attack is where I've been debating this a lot, because defence, I feel like there's not very many options to go with that are very top quality to the pro level rather than the attack. So I'll go the two centre mids first. I think one of them is very, very obvious. I think he's going to be in a lot of teams tonight. Is going to be none other than Ruud Gullit. I think he's going to be in a lot of teams tonight. I think I'm going to face him a lot. But there's a reason for it. It's Ruud Gullit. He's like probably one of the best icons on the game you can have. Like, he's played for Chelsea as well, so he's a viable player. And his playstyles is very, very good as well. With rapid power shot as well. He's got aerial as well, so you can get up for them headers from the corner as well. I've been practicing with him a lot, and he's very, very good. Surprisingly, he's probably one of the best icons on the game, so he's going to be good. The centre defensive midfielder next to him, who will be playing that more CDM kind of role, is going to be none other than Yaya Toure. Now, I've debated this with a couple of other players. A couple of players have went with Ramirez, UEFA Men's Heroes card. A couple of people have went with De Bruyne and Gullit. But I'm going to go with Gullit and Yaya Toure as my two centre mids for the time being anyway. I think Yaya gives a bit more defensively than Gullit does. And I think Gullit gives a bit more attackively than what De Bruyne does, which I've used and you will see later on. But I think these two are very, very good together. Obviously, a lot of people won't be able to afford a lot of these cards. Now, centre attacking mid, who will be playing striker for me in game, is gonna be none other than David Ginola, a Tottenham hero himself as well, a Tottenham legend, played for both Tottenham, Newcastle, Everton, I believe, as well. He's played for a couple of Premier League clubs, so he gets in, even though he is a League kind of card, he can still play in the Premier League as well. Well, he is viable for Prem. Just look at them stats. He's 5-star, 5-star, given a little bit more slick. He's got 92 agility, and look at them shooting and pace and stuff like that. And his playstyles is the technical plus, and a couple of others that make him just so good and so difficult to defend as well. Now, I'll go right wing because I feel like that's the most kind of obvious. You've got Salah, you've got Saka, you've got a couple of others. I've personally went for Saka. I think he's an absolutely amazing card. I've been using him a lot. Yes, okay, he doesn't really have any playstyle pluses, but he's still very, very good on the ball, which is what we need, especially in them tight areas that you know for a fact you're probably going to be that's going to be very difficult to apprehend and stuff like that, and very difficult to get across. But I think Saka does this very, very well when I've used him in practice. Left wing, I think, yes, okay, he's not on form in real life, but I feel like he deserves his shot in the Premier League, and it's going to be none other than, I can find him, it's going to be none other than Marcus Rashford. Once again, given that 5-star skills, the weak foot lets him down, but on that left-hand side, he probably won't be an issue. Just look at them attacking stats: 93 pace, 91 shooting, 81 passing, 88 dribbling. And with the engine himself, it boosts his agility, his balance, and pretty much maxes out his pace, along with obviously his passing stats as well, which could be very, very vital on that left mid position in that 4-4-2. And he's also got power shot plus, edge of the box, you know what I mean? Maybe a bit of a power shot from angles, who knows? But he's been very, very good for me in practice. Now, striker is where a lot of people will be thinking, who have you went with strike? You've got Haaland, you've got Thierry Henry, you've got Son, who's absolutely incredible in this game. You've got Cantona, you've got, do you know what I mean, unlimited kind of funds at striker that you can go with. I have opted to go with none other than the thunderstruck Eric Cantona. 5-star, 4-star, 6'2". His height, you might be thinking, Grinch, he's not going to be that agile. He's got 83 agility, and with a hawk, it just maxes out a lot of his shooting stats as well. And he has got the technical plus as well, along with chip shot, power header, and a lot of other physical and ball control as well, like first touch, flair, and Trivela as well. His Trivelas are absolutely insane. So that is my Premier League starting 11, and the bench is where it's at as well. And there's two honourable mentions as well on the reserves that could maybe sneak into the team if need be. So our bench, none other than 94 Haaland. I think he was close to getting the team. I just think he just lacks what Cantona does, and I think Ginola is better than him as well. So Haaland makes his way onto the bench, along with, I've mentioned him before, well, just a couple of moments ago, is going to be Thierry Henry. He does get onto the bench. He literally could have gotten the starting 11 if he had maybe 5-star weak foot or 5-star skills. He would have gotten the starting 11. He is insane off the bench as well. I think he's going to be really, really helpful. Next to him on the bench will be Kevin De Bruyne. I've seen a lot of people use him in the starting 11, but once again, I just feel like Yaya Toure and Hullet together give something that he doesn't have in one position at all. I think attackably off the bench he could be insane, but I just think he just lacks that flair starting, essentially. Next to him, I've opted to go with, I think a lot of people would have guessed it by not having him right wing, is going to be Player of the Month Salah. I think he is probably one of the best cards on the game. Well, probably one of the best wingers you can have, but I've opted to go with Saka and Salah off the bench, which is probably working very well in practice as well. Next to him is going to be another UEFA Hero card, and one that I think could make the starting 11 come 6 PM on that Friday, is going to be none other than Carlos Tevez. I think that he has got a lot of potential to get on. He actually is better in some aspects than Cantona, but I think Tevez off the bench will be insane. I've used him a couple of times off the bench, and he's been incredible for me off the bench. Now, 2 players left on the bench, and then 2 honourable mentions as well. I've mentioned one of them before. The penultimate one on the bench is going to be Player of the Month Son, when I can find him. Yeah, that Player of the Month song. Obviously, you got to have a bit of Spurs representation in there as well. The Player of the Month is just a little bit better than his other cards on the game that are out at the moment, and he's very reliable, especially with that finesse shot plus, if I was to use it off the bench as well, along with Salah as well. Obviously, it's been patched a little bit, but it's still very, very effective on the game. And last but not least, on the bench, I think it's very, very obvious who I'm going to go with. I've named him before, I've name dropped him earlier on. It is going to be Thunderstruck Raphael Varane. I think he just offers something that a lot of other players off the bench don't. And like I said, I've been using him instead of Company, but I just prefer Company starting out and then Varane off the bench for one of them as well. It really doesn't make a difference. Them 3 will be very similar together. Depending on how game 1 goes, he might end up starting, who knows. But our 2 honourable mentions as well is going to be an icon and a UEFA hero as well. So I'll go the icon first. He's an honourable mention for a reason. It's going to be Patrick Vieira. I think he just offers something that a lot of other cards don't, and once again, he just offers something that maybe Yaya Toure doesn't, or maybe Hullet doesn't later on. I don't know. I've played against him a couple of times, Vieira. The only thing that doesn't get him into the squad is that 3-star, which both Yaya Toure and Hullet have 4-star, 5-star in Hullet's case, and 4-star for Yaya Toure's case. And the UEFA hero that I was talking about is, I've mentioned him at right back, and I'll be using him at right back, is going to be the left back of John Arne Riise. I've been using him in practice, but what lets him down is that defending aspect of it, which Trent actually has better than him in once he's got the shadow on him as Trent. But obviously with him not being able to play right back, I would lose chemistry on Riise, and Trent is actually better on full chem with the shadow than Riise is off chemistry. So that is my starting 11 and bench, and obviously you've got to put the manager in as well, which is none other than, you've guessed it, yep, that is correct. It is going to be Ange Postecoglou. It had to be big Ange Postecoglou, especially with the Spurs representation, and when we'll be actually playing, Spurs will be actually playing as well on Sky, which sadly I'll be missing. But yeah, big Ange at the wheel, and that is my Premier League club playoff unlocked account as well. Obviously, a couple of faces on there. So yeah, that is my unlocked Premier League Prem club playoff account, well, team. And I don't know how much it's estimated. I'm going to put it on the screen now on how much at this point it is worth when actually going out live. But it is around about the 20 million coin mark at this present time as well, which is insane, and how much 20 million actually gets you in just one league as well. But that is the Premier League team. So yeah, so you've seen me team, and hopefully we can bring it home for Spurs, and hopefully this year represent Spurs in the Premier League. I'll have to get through 4 other players to get to that stage. The 3 that qualified and the professional player that represented Spurs last year, which is Tom Lees, the professional player who represented Spurs in the Premier League final last year. So 4 other players stand in the way of my Premier League slot. Hopefully we can get it, but you'll have to see and check out the vlog after this video to hopefully see me secure the Premier League spot. But without further ado, I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you didn't want to see more, then smash that subscribe button. If you're on the channel, also drop a like on the video if you enjoy my content as well. And hopefully this goes out before Christmas, so I hope you have an amazing Christmas. If it goes out after Christmas, hope you guys have had an amazing Christmas, and hopefully 2024 is bigger and better for everyone involved, and hopefully the channel gets bigger and better as well, because there'll be a couple of things coming as well, hopefully in the future, that could impact the channel as well. But without further ado, this has been your boy Gringelad, and yeah, that has been my Premier League team. Hopefully in the vlog, which you'll see very, very shortly, we can bring it home for Spurs and represent Spurs Prem. Here we go. Come on, coys, let's do it. Take care and peace.